In India, a big infra transformation is in the works. In Gujarat, a one-of-a-kind bridge is being built at a breakneck speed. In Kolkata, revolutionary engineering techniques are pioneered in India for the first time. On the Eastern Peripheral Expressway, a bridge is built at a record-breaking pace. Witness the making of these bridges to tomorrow that are engineering marvels. India's longest highway in the making will cut travel time between its political capital and its financial lifeline by half.
This Mumbai-Delhi Expressway is going to be India's biggest, largest in terms of length, access control 8-lane expressway. It's a greenfield expressway. The entire road alignment has been drawn up freshly onto the map. It has been ensured that we take the backward region, cover the backward region of different states through which it is passing. It will reduce the travel time between Delhi and Mumbai by almost 6 to 8 hours.
The route crosses one of India's largest rivers near Bharuch city, Gujarat. The Ashoka Buildcon team is attempting a feat that's never been tried in India before.
Total length is 2.25 kilometer, but two such bridges, 4 lanes. So 2.25 kilometer on, let's say, right hand side and 2.25 kilometer on left hand side. So total almost making it to 4.5 kilometers. It's a first kind of 8-lane bridge being constructed in India.
This landmark big infra project could potentially set a new benchmark in the industry. The very first 8-lane extra-dosed cable-stayed bridge in India is in the making.
Bharatmala project has added a new dimension in the infrastructure sector in the country. Mumbai-Delhi Expressway is the ambitious project, and Narmada Bridge is the face of this Mumbai-Delhi Expressway. We are proud that we are part of this project.
The Ashoka team is building this mega structure on an impossible deadline. Traditionally, building bridges can easily take years in India. The aim here is 30 months.
This is being done never before in such a short time frame to have completed, and that is largely due to the significant capex which has been deployed. There are 8 sets of segment lifters which have been deployed for the first time in India in any bridge. The Goliath cranes were also specially designed for the 4-lane bridges with a capacity of 150 tons, which is generally not being used in the industry.
The Ashoka team has spent a whopping 2 billion rupees on their fleet of machinery for this bridge alone. This mega structure demands it. Located on a river in an earthquake-prone zone, the terrain demands extreme engineering techniques. To get their men and machines easy access, the team designs a temporary steel bridge arrangement. Local requirements on the waterway makes the team rethink their plans.
यहाँ पे नर्मदा के ऊपर काफ़ी फिशिंग एक्टिविटीज़ चलती रहती हैं,
तो उनके चलते हमें फिर बीच में एक गैप देना पड़ा, जो कि हमारा इनिशियल प्लान नहीं था। तो नियरली 70 मीटर का एक गैप हमें देना पड़ा।
The improvisation involved two 600-meter long steel bridges on either side with a load-bearing capacity of more than 150 tons each. With this roadblock behind them, prep work is done. The Ashoka team proceeds to the main task at hand. To make the bridge stand the test of time, the team needs to push their pile foundations more than 60 meters deep. The task made even more challenging by the river's ever-turning tides. Variations between high and low tides are more than 4 meters here. A stunning 72 pillars top the foundations. Each pillar as tall as a 29-story high-rise building. This massive base is now ready. The superstructure's whopping 1,238 concrete segments are made across 4 casting yards by 8 massive Goliath cranes.
टोटल जो सेगमेंट के पीसेस हैं एक ब्रिज में, टोटल ब्रिज की अगर टोटल हम इसकी बात करें तो 1238 पीसेस हैं हमारे टोटल। तो 619 एक ब्रिज के लिए हो गया और 619 दूसरे ब्रिज के लिए।
More than 32,000 metric tons of reinforcement are in this bridge. That's more than 2.5 times the weight of the Brooklyn Bridge. This bridge is going to be a true engineering marvel if all goes well. But 2 years in a row, furious floods hit the Narmada. The worst flooding of the last 2 decades hit Gujarat. The raging waters swept away several villages along its path.
2019 में ज़बरदस्त फ्लड आई, हमारी सारे अरेंजमेंट्स जो भी हमने बना रखे थे वो सारे के सारे वॉश आउट हो गए, जो कि नहीं होने थे, क्योंकि हम लोग जो टेम्प्रोरी ब्रिज बनाए थे वो ये लास्ट 10 इयर्स के फ्लड डाटा को लेकर के बनाए थे। तो फर्स्ट ईयर 2019 में हुआ, रिपीटेड, फिर अगेन 2020 में भी सेम।
2 साल में पूरा करने के हिसाब से उन्होंने सब पूरा प्लानिंग वगैरह सब बताया। अनफॉर्चुनेटली 2 दफ़े उस नर्मदा में बाढ़ आई, जिसमें पूरा शटरिंग जो लगा हुआ था वो भी पूरा बह गया। इसलिए अगेन दे हैव कम टू द स्क्वायर वन एंड दे स्टार्टेड दिस ईयर।
The Ashoka team has to completely overhaul their strategy. If this team can't crack it, no one can. With 10,000 plus lane kilometers of road construction under their belt, over the 40 years they have been in the business, this team has some serious experience under their belt. This big infra team has negotiated tough terrains across 21 states. The crew today has the largest infra portfolio in the country. But is the broken temporary steel bridge arrangement going to be the challenge that stumps them? The team finds a solution. They will build on the river by using its waters for support, a traditional, time-consuming but reliable method. Tugboats carry the workers to the bridge. Barges ferry gigantic machinery and materials. The Ashoka Buildcon team is working on one of India's most ambitious big infra bridge projects. But the river forces a change in strategy. More than 500 segments are ferried to the bridge on barges and heavy tugboats. 8 segment lifters and 2 launching girders are deployed to speed up the task. Almost 20 months in, the team is getting there. One of the final pieces of the superstructure is to be put in place today. Each time a segment is launched, the team is as nervous as the first. The weather is unpredictable. Building on this river comes with brand new challenges. It takes an hour to get from the river's edge to the bridge. To give an extra dose of extra strength, the Ashoka team has brought in 700 metric tons cables, specially from Germany.
स्टे केबल हमने जर्मनी से इंपोर्ट की। जर्मनी से इंपोर्ट करने का रीज़न क्या रहा कि इंडिया में अभी बनती नहीं है। एंड जो टेक्नोलॉजी इसकी है, जो एजेंसीज हैं जर्मन के, डिविडेक्स सिस्टम्स इंटरनेशनल हैं, और उन्हीं के सुपरविजन्स में इसके वर्क हुए।
All these cables are stressed before installation. This can take 2 hours. Lifting the segment into place, another hour or so. It all has to come together before the tide turns and the river gets too dangerous. The process is taken back to the drawing board over and over. Regular status checks help the team break down this massive project into smaller, measurable milestones. Safety training too has become ever more crucial. The 50+ engineer team on the site is briefed regularly, as are workers on ground. For a mega bridge to bear mega loads, each batch of concrete that make up the bridge's superstructure is being carefully tested. Each square meter can bear loads up to a whopping 6,000 tons. That's more than 30 blue whales stacked on one top of another. Back at the bridge, the sun moves across the sky. The segment moves up to the bridge. It's the final lap. They have managed to beat the clock. This magnificent engineering marvel is a step closer to being up and running to make the riding experience smoother. The team is laying the wearing course. The surface is to be continuous with 510-meter spans. Futuristic safety features are planned.
As it is situated very near to the marine environment, very near to sea, and it's a high wind area, and also Gujarat lies in somewhat seismic zone. NHAI is installing a bridge health monitoring system. Day to day, second to second information about the bridge health, what is the loading on the bridge, what is the conditions of the cables, any kind of deterioration.
As a local entrepreneur, Shyam Patel is excited about the possibilities that come with this bridge.
इधर से हमारा सूरत जाने का है या हमको बड़ौदा जाना है, उसके आगे दिल्ली जाना है या इधर बॉम्बे जाना है, तो वो ट्रैफिक बहुत कम हो जाएगा और उसके हम इधर भरूच को फ़ायदा ज़्यादा है और दूसरा इधर इंडस्ट्री एरिया है, जैसे दहेज है, पानोली है, अंकलेश्वर है। अंकलेश्वर अपने एशिया का सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट इंडस्ट्री एरिया है, तो क्या है, बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी ज़्यादा हो जाएगी।
And the ripples spread wide.
Tribal areas of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, which are connected through this expressway, will have an industrial impact because the end point of this project is JNPT, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust. Several industries which will be set up in the adjoining areas will give employment to hundreds, thousands of people.
They have done it. Despite all challenges, the Ashoka team has hit their deadline.
Construction of bridges on such huge rivers takes a lot of time. But deploying a lot of resources, especially machinery, has shown the way for other developers in the country to employ better resources and more resources to complete the infrastructure projects in a quick fashion, giving the economy a big boost.
A completely made in India feat the Ashoka team can boast about for many years to come.
हम लोग जो आज 33 किलोमीटर पर डे का कंस्ट्रक्शन कर रहे हैं, ये अपने आप में मुझे जानकारी मिली है कि ये वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड है। अगर 40 किलोमीटर हो जाएंगे तो रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन का वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड हिंदुस्तान में बनेगा। तो मुझे लगता है इससे रोजगार निर्माण होंगे, इससे एक प्रकार से जो इक्विपमेंट इंडस्ट्री है, कंस्ट्रक्शन इक्विपमेंट इंडस्ट्री, उनका टर्नओवर दुगना हो गया, ट्रक का टर्नओवर बढ़ जाएगा, 1.5 गुना हो गया। ऑटोमोबाइल का टर्नओवर हमारे देश में 4.5 लाख करोड़ की ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री है। अब रोड जब अच्छे होंगे तो ऑटोमोबाइल के इंडस्ट्री अब 10 लाख करोड़ की 5 साल में होगी।
The Ashoka team is a major contributor to a big infra revolution spreading across the country.
This entire bridge, right from the designing to all the spare parts, execution resources, are all made in India. And this is a Make in India effort where, except the cable stays, which are required to be imported from Germany, everything else is from my own country. So we have capability to do best of the structures, best of the mega structures, which is the DNA of Ashoka. This is one more addition.
A big infra specialist is pioneering big infra projects, but the team has been put to the test. More than 1800 kilometers away, the twin bridges over the Roopnarayan River near Kolkata, West Bengal, was visualized with big dreams. But in 2005, construction was stopped. 323 meters of the bridge was abandoned for 7 years. Meanwhile, the 40-year-old Roopnarayan bridge next to it kept rapidly deteriorating. Time was running out. The reigning pile foundation experts of the time, Ashoka Buildcon, steps in.
We were told that this to be constructed in 30 months. But then when we resorted, we thought instead of going for well foundation, why not do pile foundation with a lightweight? So we went for the composite construction. Composite means steel and the concrete together. And a 323 meter of structure steel was launched, or one side of the shore, and 323 meter was push launched.
This mammoth 323-meter steel span was pushed into place inch and crucial inch, an unbelievably delicate task. A big infra first in India. Today, this bridge is happily able to bear the load of crucial cargo and people headed from Bengal's capital Kolkata to its biggest port in Haldia. More than 1500 kilometers away, the Eastern Peripheral Expressway takes the load of Delhi's roads, helps clear the air and makes for fast cargo movement around the country's capital. This road overbridge could have taken more than 2.5 years to build. Ashoka's team did it in less than 100 days. A feat no one could have ever imagined. The entire stretch was completed 500 days ahead of time. At Ashoka, colossal resources, machinery and men work day and night to set brand new records in bridge construction in India.
जब भी कोई काम आ जाता है ना, चैलेंज वाला काम आ जाता है ना, तो हमारे टीम में एक जोश आ जाता है. जितने चैलेंजेस ज़्यादा, उतनी टीम जो है ना, उतने जोश से ही आते हैं. डिफ़िकल्ट वर्क करना उसको और उसको टाइमली कंप्लीट करके रिकॉर्ड करना, ये तो कल्चर बन चुका है हमारा.
This big infra team has sparked dreams of a new India in hearts and minds across the country.